Really wanted to get some of these tips that I had learned from Carissa Squire. She is my kind of people. She grew up on a farm. Her parents were farmers, but needed some side income. They were Amway partners, so she grew up as a little girl engulfed in network marketing. She went to many conventions with them. She remembers all of it as a little girl, and therefore has been drawn also to Riman because of that fact. But she went into aesthetics first. She went to the top makeup class or school in Vancouver. She's been to global beauty program as well. She's done runways in Paris, all over the world. She does theatric type of makeup for the Edmonton Oilers. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of their Halloween parties or their costumes, but wow, she's incredible. She's even won awards for it as well. But I'm gonna use her tips while I apply it, and just so you can learn from it as well. I went out today. The only thing I have on is obviously my skincare, and I put a little bit of mascara and tight lining on my upper lid, did darken my eyebrows a little bit, but I have absolutely nothing on my face. So I think this would be a really good practice and show and tell, so to speak, of our new products, how I can use them, how you can use them, how to choose some colors, which ones are our favorite, and a little bit about them. Our first tips are 3D cushions. This is nothing new. In Korea, they've had cushions for a very long time. And what's great about these ones from Riman is their ingredients. Let me open up one. So this one is a 21. It's light. This is what it looks like. Open it up. This is your cushion. And here is there. Oh, and when you buy these, you get an extra replacement cushion. So it's really like 2 for 1, which is unheard of for their price. So what she had mentioned, Carissa, was when applying, always use the back of your hand as a palette. And the reason being is, so let me just dip my brush in here. You can also use the pad, and I'll show you the tip that she used with that. But I'm gonna first use a brush. So she said to dip it in. I might have put way too much, but that's the beauty about using the back of your hand as a palette. So she said, dust it off on your hand, because what happens, I don't know if you can see that, you'll get almost like bristle marks on your hand. If you were to apply that straight to your face, that's exactly what will go on your face. So just putting it on your hand gets rid of those bristle marks, and then you can start applying it directly to your face once you've bristled it off. So I can't see really well what I'm doing, but hopefully it's showing on camera. So that's the light color. It honestly feels like I'm not even putting anything on my face. Let me just look in the mirror here. Yeah, you could see a little bit of a difference, hey, like this side and this side. This side and that side. So I'm going to go in with the cushion that comes with it. Now what Carissa had said about the cushion is, and I made this mistake with our original one, I grabbed it and I pushed it in like this. What happens is it gets on one part of your sponge, and then you've got little, I forget what you call them, but almost like marks. But what you want to do is be able to blend. That's the whole beauty about makeup, is being able to build and blend. So she says to put all your fingers right in it, not just your fingertips, but your whole finger. Dab the whole thing. And then when you're applying, see, look at when I pushed like that, you can see exactly where my fingers are rather than my whole finger. Then apply to your hand, and then you can apply using all of the pressure of your finger, not just a portion of it like fingertip. Do the whole finger. See the difference? Rather than this, the whole thing. And what that does is it just helps blend it much more instead of just finger dabbing it. I'm trying to do half my face so you guys can see the difference. Like, I go out without any makeup at all because I just love my skin now. But because this makeup has beautiful ingredients, non-toxic, very clean, I feel like I really want to learn how to do this. And seriously, I never loved foundation because my skin was always more on the dry side, so it just settled in all these creases and it almost highlighted it. And it just, especially under the eyes, it looked terrible in my eyes. Maybe not to others, but, and I also felt like I had heavy makeup on. You know what I mean? I don't like that feeling. I like feeling my skin, especially now. Like, skincare is beautiful. So hopefully you can really see the difference. I can't feel a thing. Like, it's beautiful. What Carissa noticed was prior to the application of the 3D cushion, looking in a really magnified mirror, you could really see her pores. After applying our 3D cushion, there was a massive difference in her size of pores. It just really, how did she put it? It completely blurs out her pores. So I too have some crazy pores. You can see them in my forehead, but this foundation will blur them, which is amazing. Make sure that you are washing your brushes weekly if you use the cushion daily. And the same thing goes with the cushion. Make sure that you're washing your cushion weekly if you use this daily. And she said even just Dawn dish soap will be fine to use in cleaning them. And here's another tip she had mentioned, is that this is buildable. So let's say we use our lip tints for blush and you put way too much on. Or let's say you put way too much contour on. Use and go in with your foundation again, dipping it in on your hand, and just go over it again, and it will just lighten it and make it look more natural. So again, really buildable, and it really doesn't even feel like I have anything on. It feels soft and like my skin, to be honest. The finish of this foundation, she said, is more of a matte finish. We have a beautiful set spray that if you want more of an ultra glow, just go in with the finish spray on the top. Carissa loves to layer it because this particular finish spray has oil control. So if you are anyone out there that feels like you never get to experience that glow because you're always having to mattify your foundation, this has oil control ingredients in it. So if you spray your face pre-foundation, let it dry. Once it's dry, apply your foundation, and when you're done, spray it again. It's going to give you that longevity and also skincare infused. So while you're wearing all this makeup, it's actually working with your skin, not against it, and building up and creating that yucky feeling, and you can't wait to get home and wash it off. This is all skincare infused, which is huge for me because the skincare itself has been absolutely incredible for my face. You can spray this on your face even if you don't wear makeup because it's skincare infused. Now we do also have the Viaton oil mist, which is amazing. I love, and that's a good go-to as well. Okay, so let's go into contouring. So I bought two. I bought the 21, which is light, and then I bought the 25, which is called tan. And I'm just gonna open it here. Oh, I don't even have it open yet. There it is. So as you can see, it's really dark, but that's where I'm going to use the contouring. So what I've learned is the contouring is kind of where the sun would hit. So top of your forehead, um, top of your cheekbones. I don't like to go under because, as you can see, um, my face is mature, so I have it naturally because of the shadow. So I'm not going to emphasize that. I'm going to go a little bit higher on my cheekbone. I do have jowls, so I've also learned putting contour right in here just makes it look like the shadow is there as well, so it doesn't look so droopy, if you will. So let's go in and use some of Carissa's tips on how to contour. Here she goes. So always apply it to your hand first. Get rid of, yeah, you can see those. I can see those bristle marks. So I'm gonna just blend it in. Now, go in to my face. I kind of do the 3 thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. So I do 3 up over my forehead, higher parts of my cheekbone instead of under to highlight it, and here. And then I just blend it out a little bit. Might want to take the rest off in here just to have a good match. But check that out, hey? I gotta see. Let me look in this mirror. Wow. The coverage is unbelievable, hey? What do you guys think? I'm gonna put a little bit more here. So what I'm doing is I'm dabbing it in. You can just press it too. You don't have to dab, dab, dab if you don't want. Take a little bit here. Yeah, I put a little bit alongside my nose here as well. Just kind of blend it out. Do half of that. Let me look in the mirror here, see what I'm doing. I think I could use even a darker. So this is called tan. They do have a deep, and that's the thing about your contours and your colors and why they offer so many colors, but also the perfect ones, because as summer comes along and winter comes along and different seasons, you need different colors. So I think as I tan, because I do love the sun, I love their sunscreen, so light, and I mix it with the BB cream in the summer, so I have protection and just a little bit of coverage. That's it. But as summer is here, my skin does get quite dark because I do love the sun, and not only love the sun, but I like to be outside a lot in it. So even though I have protection and wear a hat, my skin tans, and I don't mind that. Here's another tip from Carissa. If someone was applying contour and they didn't know to put it on their hand first and they applied too much on their face, you can always go back with your lighter color. And if you are using a cream, and it doesn't even have to be ours, and you've used too much, just go back over it and it just softens up the look a little bit. So let's say I added too much. Make sure I have my light and just go lightly over top of it. And she said it will just soften it up and look a little bit more natural. So again, buildable. So you're not just stuck with, oh my God, I better go wash it all off. You can build upon it. And it really feels like you don't have any layers on it all, which is amazing. I love that feeling. Like it's like airbrush. If you use it for eyeshadow, either the light or the dark. So I have a little bit on right now, but I have very kind of purpley, veiny eyelids now with mature skin. So before I went out and before I applied a little bit of eyeshadow, I did put the light all over my eyelid just to get rid of that purplish. And then I went in with my contour right kind of on my bone. I used to put it right in my crease and kind of like window it. But because my eyes are a little hooded now, I go right on the bone. And really, that's about all I do. So you can use the very light on your lid and into the corner, maybe highlighting your bone up here. But again, she would suggest when you go in with your brush or whatever you're using, this is the wrong brush, but make sure you put on your hand first as your palette and then just put it on. I would go in, now that I've opened them, I would go in with the darker color here and the lighter color here and maybe highlighting up here a little bit. Same with your nose. And I told you get 2 for 1. You get an extra cushion with these. So it's really like getting 2 for 1. So once this is done, take that out, put in the new one. Got a whole new compact again of foundation. So that's amazing. I'm going to show you both on the back of my hand here. This is the Dusty Mauve or Mauve. See how it's a little bit transparent? So again, really buildable, which is beautiful. And because I have smaller lips, most people will put on, you know, all the way. They say don't go past like right into your corners. But for me, I like to leave the center uncolored. And the reason being is it makes the impression of my lips being a little bit bigger. That's another thing with aging, is that your lips will start to shrink or get smaller. Who knew? I don't know why, but so when I apply it, I go on the outside and kind of leave the middle part my own color. So I just put it on my hand, dab. Then I have control, like how much I'm going to use. Pretty, hey? So you can see this part is a little bit lighter. Once that dries, I'm going to go in with the lip oil. When you use your lip tints for cheeks, which you can do, so let's try that because I have the mauve. I'm going to go in and put it on my hand first. And she says, when you use it for cheeks, always use your hand first for one. When you're putting something on your mouth, you shouldn't be putting it anywhere else. Like, don't add it directly to your cheeks or wherever. Add it to your hand first and then brush it out, and then you can add. Let me see. Just kind of add it in the apples of my cheeks. Just slightly enough color. Oh my God, I love it. What do you think? And again, another tip is if you find that you feel like it's too much, then you can always go back in with your foundation, tap it off, and just blend it in. And that way there's no harsh lines. If you feel it's too much, then it takes it down to more of a natural color. I just think that's brilliant. So this is the Dusty Mauve. So my lips are pretty much dry now. I'm going to go in with the lip oil. Oh my God. Lip gloss is my favorite. I'll probably use this the most. It's got incredible ingredients. Feels incredible. Now what Carissa explained, I don't know if you're aware, but what also makes Riman so special is they have equipment that is very expensive that is called a microfluidizer. What this does, and I love her because she describes it, relates it to her farming life, like the back of a tractor when your hose gets a leak in it and it's like spraying everywhere. Like the PSI, the pressure is unbelievable. That's the same as the microfluidizer. And I think she said 40,000 or 50,000 PSI. So what that means is our skincare can get right into the deep layers. And that's why people are seeing such great results from our skincare. That same microfluidizer equipment is used in our lip oil, and also why they suggest to use it as a mask at night. So apply it before you go to bed, and it's going to sink into those deep layers and give you all those great ingredients in your lips. Matte lip tints for eyes if you have oily eyes. If you don't have oily eyes, then you can get away with using both of them. So put it on your hand first and then work it into your brush. So some people are using the colors on their eyes, lips, and cheeks. I personally prefer to use the foundation, deeper color on my eyes than the color. But that's just my preference, but I just want to share that with you. Contour for eyes, and again on your hand first before you put it in. It just becomes easier to blend. There are 7 colors to our lip tints and the one oil, and I think you've all seen this, but they're flat on one side, so that makes it, you know, if they're on a table, they're not going to roll over, they're going to stop on the flat part. But also, they're magnets, so you'll always have them in your purse and they will always be together. So no more looking for, oh, that's the wrong color. Where's my lip oil? They actually attach together, which is amazing. How thoughtful. You have a matte and a velvet. They are so smooth on your lips. You have control over how much color that you want. The more of a natural look, wipe it off a little bit and the stain will only last for a couple hours instead of the full 8 hours. Full control with these products, and same as the foundation. Here's another tip. If you're more acne prone or have rosacea, you can go over these areas a second time. Again, very buildable, just to hide some of those blemishes or to reduce some of the color of the rosacea. I personally can't wait for more products. Chris said the same thing, and it made me think of, oh, what would they come up with next? The reason why I love these products so much is because they are so light and they're skin infused. So if you're going to put makeup on, why not wear something that's actually going to work as an advantage for your skin? So now I'm going to go in with this setting spray. I haven't used it yet. So I'm just going to cover up my glasses and give it a spray. Feels really refreshing. Has a scent, but very little, but it really feels refreshing. How does it look on my skin? It looks so hydrated to me. I'm actually always so floored because, you guys, my skin was so dry. Like, God forbid I were to scratch somewhere because it would look flaky. It was always so dry. I've never had such hydrated skin. And with hydrated skin, you glow. And when you glow, you look youthful. And when you look youthful and you feel good and you look good, then you do good. And that's what I'm here. I hope those tips really helped. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And I'll be happy to share more as I learn more and also experiment with my new makeup, because I think I have a lot to learn, and I think this is going to be an incredible journey because it is so buildable. And look at the difference. No foundation,